Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Preston Endress. It is a very unfortunate time for residents of Philadelphia, as the police are investigating the various violent crimes that occurred over the weekend and this week. During the weekend, in the span of less than one day, at least 12 people were shot in different occurrences. Said victims involved composed of adults, teenagers, and children. During the week, 5 people were injured at a recreation pool center in West Philadelphia, and authorities say 2 victims were fatally shot at a birthday party in Nicetown. It is unknown at this time exactly how many shooters there were, and what their motives were also. Police are continuing to investigate at this time. Police are investigating a death at Wyln Park in Tamaqua. Officers were called to the park around 4:20 p.m. Tuesday afternoon for a report of an unconscious man near the basketball court. When they arrived, they found a 39-year-old man slumped over a bench. The person who called 911 said the victim was unresponsive. Emergency crews confirmed the man had died at the scene. No signs of trauma or foul play have been discovered so far. An official investigation into the cause of death is currently underway. Officials are withholding the man's identity until his family is notified. A man reported missing in Moosic over the weekend has been found dead in Luzerne County. 23-year-old Nicholas Terry was reported missing by Moosic Borough Police on Saturday, July 26. 3 days later, on Tuesday, detectives in Luzerne County were alerted to a body discovered in a wooded area near Navy Way Road in DuPont. The Luzerne County coroner later identified the body as Nicholas Terry. Officials say there were no signs of foul play, and the death is not considered suspicious. The investigation is ongoing. A Pennsylvania state senator is once again pushing to raise the state's minimum wage, which remains one of the lowest in the country. State Senator Dan Laughlin announced plans Wednesday to introduce a new legislation that would slowly increase the minimum wage over the next 3 years. Under this proposal, minimum wage would increase to $9 an hour in 2026, $10 an hour in 2027, and $11 an hour by 2028. Pennsylvania is one of 21 states where the minimum wage still remains at or below the federal level. After over a year on trial, a Scranton man has been sentenced to life in prison for the murder of a Hazleton citizen. Shelton Miles, who has a criminal record dating back to the 1970s, pleaded guilty to murdering Hazleton man Jose Miguel Tatis Camilo and injuring the cashier at a convenience store back in March of 2024. Tatis Camilo's family testified against Miles in court, who took responsibility for his actions, not even taking into account of his mental illness and his drinking problem. Shelton Miles has been charged with murder, attempted murder, and armed robbery, and is to be sent out of the Lackawanna County Jail to a state prison where his life sentence will begin. Coming up on WYLN News, scam calls are impersonating law enforcement officials. Plus, Luzerne County leaders discuss an AI town meeting. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
WYLN News brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton's emergency room team. Your experts in any emergency. When emergencies happen, minutes and expertise count. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton is now part of Jefferson Health.
My name is Abby, and Mama will be cloudy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, we're going to talk about spinal decompression, where you gently traction the spine to take pressure off of the disc. It has saved people's lives. Literally, they were going to commit suicide. So watch the show, see how traction could help you.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome back to WYLN News. There have been scam phone calls that impersonate officials in law enforcement in order to swindle people of their money. Luzerne County Sheriff Brian Zumsky has stepped up to warn everyone of this issue, due to the fact of a number of calls in Luzerne County getting very high and most claiming to be part of the county's sheriff's department. Call tactics have included saying the names of real members of law enforcement, issuing fake warrants, threatening arrests, and manipulating numbers, all for the sake of conning victims for money in any way. This situation does not only come in the form of phone calls, as they can also be sent via text or email. Victims can receive counterfeit credentials and fraudulent documents. Zumsky has tips for everyone in case they are ever in a situation regarding a phone scam. Do not take immediate action, do not transfer money or buy gift cards for callers, be skeptical no matter what, and do not click links or attachments. Zumsky advises victims to not talk to scammers, as even a simple conversation could be manipulated for future use. It is also advised to keep finances safe and secure in any way possible. Those who have complaints can have them filed to the FBI Internet Crime Complaint Center at www.ic3.gov. or on the FTC website at reportfraud.ftc.gov. Luzerne County leaders held a town meeting Wednesday to discuss using artificial intelligence to improve county services. 30 to 40 employees will start learning how to use Microsoft 365 GCC. It provides additional security to government customers through AI. The cost for the year is estimated at least $30,000, First Assistant Solicitor Vito DeLuca said during the presentation. Luca also emphasized that AI will not be taking jobs in the future, but rather be a helping hand, and AI will also serve as a faster way to write reports and conduct research. The Wilkes-Barre Township Police are investigating a retail theft that occurred on July 5th. The suspect shown on screen stole about $450 in merchandise at Keystone Fireworks at 213 Mundy Street, Wilkes-Barre Township. Anyone who recognizes and or has information on the suspect is asked to call Wilkes-Barre Township Police at 570-208-4635, extension 439, by text at 570-760-0215, or by emailing batsell@twp.wilkesbarre.pa.us. Catholic Social Services and its Parents as Teachers program are holding a back-to-school event for the community this Saturday. The event will include face painting, free haircuts, and eye exams, along with performances and demonstrations by community groups. The first 100 children will get free water bottles and dental hygiene kits. There will also be an interactive scavenger hunt to be turned in for prizes, and interactive demonstrations by Carrie Berry Kids Yoga. The event will be held from noon to 4 p.m. at the King's College Scanlon Gymnasium, 150 North Main Street, Wilkes-Barre. Coming up on Mountaintop's News Choice, Mark Peterson and a special guest announce upcoming exciting events on Community and You. Plus, Wyln historian Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history in Part 4 of Montgomery. And stay right here on Wyln. We'll be right back.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on Wyln TV 35.
Are you sitting at home living in pain? Maybe it's in your hands, maybe your back or your hips. The good news is you don't need to live in pain. Why? Because there is Omega XL, a one-of-a-kind, natural, powerful joint relief supplement created from the green lip mussels of New Zealand. Drug-free, non-habit forming. It's small, easy to swallow, and it's backed by more than 40 years of clinical research. As I was getting older, my joints started to feel that wear and tear. But then I tried Omega XL and it changed my life. If you're experiencing daily aches and pains due to aging and overuse, try Omega XL and see the difference it can make in your life.
Buy one, get two free. 2 bottles of Omega XL plus Vitamin XL D3, a value of more than $85. Call today and you pay only $39.95. Plus, you have nothing to lose because it's backed by our 60-day money-back guarantee. Call now.
Hey, did you know Wyln posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. Wyln, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on Wyln.
Attention, Wyln viewers. Wyln TV can now be seen on the Hazelton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. Wyln, we're your local network.
Hi, I'm Preston Endress, your host of Community and You today. I'm here with my good friend Marco for the Art League, and we are here with Jane Bukowski. Hi, how are you two doing?
Hi.
Hi. So you guys are here, and I'm sure you guys have some exciting news to give me.
Well, first of all, Preston, thank you so much for having us come on. I know it's like short notice, but we have a lot of special things happening at the Art League. Right now, for example, we have our summer art camp, which is going to be lasting 2 more weeks until August 15th, and that's for children ages 6 to 14. We have a lot of exciting things planned for the last 2 weeks, and there's going to be an artist exhibition of the kids' work. That's going to happen on Friday the 15th as well.
Sounds like fun. I've never been to camp myself, but I'm sure that the generation of today will be very happy to attend such a fun-sounding thing.
Oh, absolutely. And not only that, this Friday, which is the 1st of August, we are going to have our on plein air artist have an exhibition. It's going to run the entire month of August. It's free at the Hayden Family Center for the Arts, and it is going to be from 5 to 8 p.m. with an artist talk from 1 to 3. And Jane is one of our artists in the on plein air group.
Yes, the On Plein Air group is a group of artists connected with the Hazelton Art League. We go out once a week from April to November, painting on pre-planned locations. It's free as long as you're a member of the Hazelton Art League. We have so many beautiful areas around Hazleton, and our group is pretty big actually, but we get together and have fun painting together, enjoying the beautiful outdoors here. But this show is also going to combine some still life work and other images from life, not from photographs, but from life. So it is the on plein air group with outdoor images and also still life.
I was not expecting today I'd be sitting next to an artiste and all that. I consider myself an artist of myself, but not in the exact ways that the Art League usually does. But I have videos to prove it.
I love your work, and we are open to all kinds of media. So you do stop action video.
Stop motion animated.
Stop motion animated video.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, and I'm also under the impression that there's a certain amount of days of a program going to happen.
So we have a special 2-day workshop that's going to be happening, and it's with Studio Incaminati. And Jane is the artist who is bringing this group to the Hazleton Art League. And Jane, if you could tell us a little bit about that.
Studio Incaminati is a traditional art school in Philadelphia. It's called an atelier, which is basically learning traditional methods of producing artwork, paintings and drawings. We have an instructor coming from this school to teach a 2-day workshop in narrative still life painting. And what makes it unique and different, it's not just your typical still life, but she encourages you to bring objects that are meaningful to you and you can put together and make a story. And it will focus on lighting, how to use lighting expressively, how to compose a dynamic composition, how to use elements of space, contrast, and atmosphere, and really making it personal with symbolism and an emotional point of view.
There are a lot of critical factors when it comes to the whole process, and yeah, lighting is a very important one. I have to deal with that on a basis when it comes to my videos, because there's a flicker, it sucks. I always have to deal with that, and with that, if I don't focus on that, then my videos won't look as good as I want them to be. Yeah, and okay, another good thing to come out of Philadelphia, aside from their delicious cheesesteaks or the...
Are there cheesesteaks involved? No.
Well, maybe we could figure that out.
I sure hope so.
Yeah. I just wanted to say that you can register for the workshop. You would have to call the Art League and get information, because it would be registered through Studio Incaminati, not actually through the Art League, but you can get the phone number and the email by calling the Hazleton Art League.
And this is a really special thing to have an artist from Philadelphia come to Hazleton. We did it last year, and it was a portrait artist, and it was a huge success, and we're looking forward to having that same success. However, it's done through Studio Incaminati, and we do have the number here. It is 215-592-7910, extension 1. And you can contact them directly to sign up, or you can contact the Hazleton Art League at 570-455-3333. And that is going to be for 2 days. It's Saturday and Sunday, August 9th and 10th. And the cost is, what is the cost here? It's $399. However, if you are a member of the Hazleton Art League, there's a 15% discount. And last year we had artists fly in from Southern California, New Jersey. I mean, they didn't fly from New Jersey, but you know what I mean. It was really something special, and we had a live model. This year, with the still life, it makes it a little bit easier because you don't have to take breaks for the model.
Right. Yeah, you don't have to wait for the model to show up or,
Yes.
But yeah, it truly is special, and it's a rare opportunity to have such a professional come in and share their knowledge and their skills and their experience. I learned quite a lot from professional artists by taking workshops over the years. So it really is a great opportunity, and it's right here in Hazleton.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Watch Solo Spaceman on WYLN Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 7, and Sundays at 4:30. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
My name is Addie, and Mama gonna be cloudy.
A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
World War II broke out for America at the end of 1941, drawing the entire country into the global conflagration. The war would end up touching the village of Alvera near Montgomery heavily. Located between Montgomery and Elamsport, it had originally been named Wisetown when it was founded in 1825 before getting the name Alvera in the 1860s. It was a decently sized small town of roughly 100 residents in 1942 when the War Department purchased all the community's land via eminent domain. Residents were given 6 months to leave, with the promise the land would be restored to them after the war's conclusion. Everything in Alvera except the town church was then knocked down, and the Pennsylvania Ordnance Works, which would make TNT, was built in its place. 150 storage bunkers with a capacity to hold 200,000 pounds of TNT were built on Alvera's former land, spaced far enough apart that if there was an explosion in one, it would not set off the others. It soon became clear, though, that the government had overestimated the amount of explosives it would need, and TNT production at the site ended in January 1944, roughly a year after it had begun. Susquehanna Ordnance took over the land afterwards and used it as a munitions dump for the remainder of the war. Despite the earlier promise to return the land to Alvera residents after the war, the government never followed through on this, likely because, as was later discovered, the TNT production had contaminated the soil, making farming on the land impossible. Instead, the Allenwood Federal Prison Complex was built on roughly half of Alvera's land in 1950, while the remainder would be used as state game lands and a golf course. Today, although the war is long over, the Alvera bunkers still stand in the woods where the village once thrived, and can be viewed by those who wish to find them, a silent reminder of the costs of war. In Montgomery itself, the war years saw the beginning of a major manufacturing business in the borough with the opening of Montgomery Mills Incorporated in February 1941. It had been built in the site of the former Montgomery Table and Desk Works, which had burned down around 1934, and made fabrics, tassels, drapes, and blinds, among other textile-centered items. It narrowly avoided a disaster a few months after its opening when a fire broke out in the complex, although it was extinguished in time. During the war years, the factory switched to producing machine gun belts. After the war, it had a government contract to make gold fringes for American flags. Over 1,600 people worked at the mill during its peak. It survived Hurricane Agnes's flooding in 1972, although the first floor would be unusable for some time afterwards. Montgomery Mills Incorporated closed in 1975, a victim of new corporate ownership moving textile jobs to the South. Film lovers would have their own place to escape to the movies in Montgomery beginning in 1942, when the Eagle Theater opened on North Main Street. Housed in a building that previously had been home to the Ideal Upholstered Furniture Company, the theater was named after nearby Bald Eagle Mountain and had room for 500 patrons. It also had an addition, eventually called Groom's Dairy, where a soda fountain and dairy lunch offered refreshments to guests. William and Jane Scherkel were the theater's original owners, and admission was originally 11 cents. Robert W. Thompson later bought the Eagle Theater. He opened an appliance store in the basement and would sometimes hold drawings for new appliances during matinees. Vaudeville acts sometimes would grace the theater before or between shows as well. The Eagle Theater closed around 1960, and its building is now home to apartments. Another outdoor theater, though, was still available for movie lovers in the Montgomery area after the Eagles Theater's closure. Partners Harry L. Nixon, Harry J. Meal, and Benjamin Polizzi bought 15 acres of land on Route 15 for the express purpose of building a drive-in. The Pike Drive-In would have its first show on April 16, 1953, with the Bob Hope and Roy Rogers film Son of Paleface, as well as a slew of cartoons featuring Bugs Bunny and Tom and Jerry, among others. A miniature golf course also graced the theater's grounds in its early years. The drive-in's original guests had to deal with the smell from a pig processing plant next door. The Pike's owner successfully sued the payee in 1954, forcing the latter to clean up the smell. Over the years, various owners held the Pike, which expanded from 1 screen to 3 in the 1990s. Today, drive-ins are a dying breed across the country, a victim of shifting entertainment trends and the inherent value of the land they were built on. The Pike Drive-In, however, continues to chug along and is one of roughly 29 drive-ins still operating in Pennsylvania today. Montgomery would also in the late 20th century be an epicenter of production for postal service vehicles. Looking to replace the Willis Jeep mail truck that had been making deliveries since 1953, the Postal Service offered up criteria to automakers for what they considered the ideal next-generation model in 1984. Many manufacturers offered up designs, but ultimately the Grumman Corporation, which had a factory in Montgomery, won the contest with their Grumman Long Life vehicle design. The LLV, true to its name, had an estimated lifespan of 24 years and featured a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine and automatic transmission. The first mail truck would be built at Grumman's Montgomery plant in April 1987. Within a few years, one was being completed at the plant every 5 minutes, with 95 being completed every day. 600 workers in the factory during its peak years. Between 1987 and 1994, over 100,000 LLVs were made in Montgomery, more mail trucks than were ever made anywhere else. The last LLV was produced at the factory in 1994, and the Postal Service decided 2 years later not to renew the contract with Grumman. Most of the LLVs built there, however, are still on the road delivering mail today.
My name is Adi, and my will be cloudy.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.